Hey, what's up guys? Jacob here, back on another video. This video I'm going to be going over the Birdie versus Ryu matchup. So I'm gonna go over the more like basic stuff at first. Then I'm gonna try to like explain and go over like the more like heavier parts that might be a little hard to understand. But yeah. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna go over is obviously go over counters to fireballs. So you have bullhorn. The thing about the bullhorn is that it is, I think, not the best option. Obviously, the best option is probably armor. It's the easiest option, I would say. But in terms of like, you know how much you get for the little amount you're spending, I think bullhorn is the best option to go for. But when you're using bullhorn, you want to stay at a certain range. You can also use chain, right, from a distance. You know, if you're throwing out, it's really good. The medium chain is really fast on startup. The light one is only you want to use if you really know he's gonna throw a fireball, right? So you can get some Oki. But if you don't know for sure, you just might as well go for that from a distance, though. If you're trying to make a good read, you don't want to do the chain up close. The problem with doing the medium chain too close is that he can just sit there, see that you're going into the animation, and just bait you and go into a jump in and get a full jump in combo. Not a full jump in, but a distance combo into low forward, heavy toss to, and then he's in on you. So up close, you want to be like kind of at the max range of the bullhorn. It might be hard to do that. Like at first, you have to practice a lot to kind of figure out the ranges, right where you want to be. It's gonna be hard to react to, online mixed with other stuff. You're not gonna be able to really do much, but it just takes a lot of practice. You gotta practice a lot and just like kind of get it down, like the spacing and stuff that you want to be at. So that's a good option. The thing is that in this matchup, what makes it difficult, even though I have these options, is that he can kind of walk me down because of that. Because he can see that I'm baiting out the fireball. So the best thing to do when you see a Ryu just standing there and he stops like doing it, like he's Ryu's starting to like kind of like push forward and use this a lot more and try to get a dash in or something, or jump in, or just kind of poke you with a fireball more up close. Best thing to do is start poking back. If you know that he stopped throwing fireballs, or he's just not bothering to throw fireballs to try to poke you out, because he sees that you're trying to bait it out and punish it. You start using this, you start poking him out like that with the stand heavy punch. If you see him trying to walk you down, obviously I'm catching the startup with the fireball there, but this is if he's not doing fireballs. If he stops seeing that I'm trying to go for stuff, he's trying to like test me or whatever, trying to like stick buttons out to try to see what I'm gonna do, or to try to see what I'm doing, or catch me off guard knowing that I'm waiting for a fireball. It's just a game of like conditioning, seeing if you're conditioned or not, testing the waters. That's kind of the matchup. It's just you sitting there. The Ryu knows that you're really good at countering the fireballs. He's gonna try to like do other things like dash up, jump in, or walk up with forward fierce, or like stick out a prioritized button or something to try to chip you out, or chip you down and push you to the corner. So the best thing to do is just stick out buttons, when you see that happening. But be careful too, because Ryu's stand fierce is really good. Don't just stick out like mash it. Like be aware. Just look, feel the Ryu player out, see if he's kind of like gonna sit there and kind of just like hold a lot of stuff, and at that point it's almost like a 50-50 if he's gonna jump in on you or not. You know what I mean? If you're in cross-up range, guarantee a Ryu's gonna be ready to jump in as soon as you're in range. So you have to be careful when you're in this range here. Right? Yeah, you can start poking him out, but you can get a clean cross-up jump in. Well, not from here. From here you can get a anti-air. Sometimes you can't though. Like if you're walking up, he's gonna just jump in and get a cross-up. You don't have season 1 Birdie anti-air, or you're not gonna be able to catch him jumping almost over you. So yeah, you have to be aware of that. And it's mostly like pokes, like heavy punch. The problem with slow pokes like that is that he's gonna wind up just jumping in on you and getting clean jump-ins. But yeah, that's if he stopped throwing fireballs. That's why I always say it's a little hard to explain, but I hope you kind of understand what I'm talking about, how it's like a game of conditioning, you know what I mean? Because Ryu has a lot of counters as well. He can counter this with forward heavy punch, right? He has armor breakers. It's -2 on block, but he can space it out at certain ranges. See if I remember which one. Nice EX Fireball. He has that too. EX Fireball is another armor breaker from a distance, and it gives him Oki if I get hit. See? And he gets a counter hit, so he gets more damage. He could probably do Stand Fierce in the Heavy Tatsu or DP if he wants damage. But yeah. And another thing is he gets better punishes too off of certain things, like the Dolphin Slide. Like if I try to do the slide, you know, since they buffed his comboing potential because of EX Donkey Kick, he can now punish you with the crouch medium and the EX Donkey Kick, you know, back heavy punch or whatever. No, not back heavy punch. I'll show the combo real quick. You know, this for example. He can decide to go for damage or Oki there. But yeah, each guy's got better punishes. I'm trying to remember which one was the guard one. Let me just show a better example. Nice jab. Second. Which one I got crouch and medium on? Yeah, so for example here, you gotta space it out at max range. If you mess up a little bit, for example, if you do this, and you go for instantly, you can get a punish, right? EX, he can even do Tatsu there. He doesn't even have to do EX. That's right, the Tatsu doesn't, it hits crouching now, the heavy Tatsu. So, his punishes are a lot better against Birdie now, and more consistent than before. Another thing is, even if you do this to try to counter or whatever, you can space it out, right? But still, yeah, like you still get a good punish. If a Ryu's solid with punishing, obviously, then you gotta be careful with that. If you know the Ryu's not punishing it, then obviously you have another tool now to use against him. But yeah. But at that point, when you know a Ryu's very conditioned and stuff, and they're not too jumpy, you can start hitting them with stuff like this. Because even if they jump out, you know that you're keeping them off their toes. Now they're gonna start jumping a lot, and now you could catch them, you know, always in the air. But yeah, the neutral game is a little bit difficult. You know, the EX Fireball is obviously another move that's very troublesome because it's hard to react to. It's armor breaking, right? You can just throw it out of nowhere. You're not gonna really punish it, right? And he gets Oki off of it. And also, I didn't mention, obviously, Birdie's jumping is slow, so sometimes even if you jump in from a distance or whatever, you see it and you try to jump in, he recovered. He recovered there to DP me, right? So you have to, there's a lot of situations against this character where you have to just sit there and hold a lot of pressure and try to wait for him to get impatient and try to make a mistake. That's the problem. Ryu could literally lame the shit out of you. You have EX Dolphin Dive too, right? To go with fireballs. It's a little easier to react to. You have, you know, you have a lot of options, but most of them are slow. This isn't slow, obviously. This is like the best option if you don't want to really react. You have that one, and you have this. Oh, and you have EX, like I went through before. The reason why EX is the easiest because you literally could like wait to the last second and just armor through the fireball. You know what I mean? The Dolphin Dive, if you're too late, you get hit out of it, and you just lost the bar. So yeah. Lost the bar, gave Ryu footing, and yeah. Another thing is when you have Ryu in the corner, it can be annoying too, because he can get out of the corner pretty easily against Birdie. Is this the right one? No, that's okay. Bruh, I have two of them like that? Okay. Well then let me make another one. Okay. So for example, if he's in the corner, and I mess it up, if he's in the corner, you could just kind of Tatsu out. The thing is, it is very punishable on recovery, has a lot of recovery frames, but he's out of the corner. And if you're not really expecting it, you know, he gets out, right? So you have to be aware of that it is hard to kind of keep him in the corner sometimes because he has options to get out, right? Yeah, you can punish him there, but look, he got out of that situation, you know? So when you have him in the corner, you have to be very, very aware that he can just get out, right? Some Ryus don't do it. A lot of them sit there, you know, right? You just gotta kind of like, I don't know, poke him down. Medium punch is really good, obviously, to poke him out of that situation and avoid DP on wake up as well if you time it right. Like wait a little bit, then throw medium, so that he can't catch you with wake up low forward. It's hard to time it, but yeah. You also have stand heavy kick too, right? Stand heavy kick is another good option to catch people in, you know, trying to jump. But yeah, if you like you have him in the corner from like a chain grab or something, and you're in this distance, you know, poking him out, he's just gonna jump out, right? Has recovery, like I said, so you can punish, right? If you know he's doing it, you have to wait though a little bit, right? But you have to be aware of his options. He has really good options. It almost feels like fighting Gao in the corner, where he can kind of just sit there and wait for you to do something, either back jump or DP, or not DP, but like just EX fireball you. Like Ryu with meter is very scary in this matchup, and his up close game isn't too bad either against Birdie. You know, I have a 3 frame, so he can kind of just like poke me, like, you know, what do you call, like frame trap me really well, and I have to pretty much guess to try to challenge. For example, you know, like stuff like that. Obviously that wasn't real, you can challenge, but it's a guess, you know what I mean, right? If he delays the jab and the throw, you know, right? He delayed after medium, right? So I open up there, right? But if I don't know for sure, I can't just hit confirm that, right? You know? Am I gonna really try to risk confirming like this? You know what I mean? And now I'm minus like 13 or whatever, or 10. And then he gets a full punish. Am I gonna risk trying to take a risk like that? I can do that. It's a lot safer, right? You can backdash. You can backdash out of his medium pressure, I think, unless if he does sweep, but yeah. Just a little defensive little tip against his block strings. You can backdash out of that, I believe. Oh, you get the air recover, never mind. Okay. I mean, not terrible, but no Ryu's gonna cancel stand medium punch into a special attack. Yeah, they don't have to do that. They can get another block string. They're not gonna go for that. It's better if you do it on low forward, because then they might whiff a fireball. But yeah, I hope I'm like kind of going through things and it's making sense. I know I just skipped straight to like the more like heavier parts right away after going through just basic things. But yeah, I know when I make these matchup videos, I just start like sliding off onto other things, because I don't know, I just want to make sure I go through other stuff as well, just to give people like an understanding of like a mindset thing, you know. But yeah, man, it's not easy. This matchup's not easy for sure. It's definitely annoying. I don't think it's ever been fun to play. I don't think I ever had fun playing Ryu. But yeah, he has a good keep out game, you know. He has punishes. Be careful when you do like medium punch, headbutt. That's more like the basic stuff though. I guess I can go over that. He can only punish if he has meter though. Like most characters, they have to have meter to punish. It has to reversal for some reason, or it's not gonna come out. Still haven't fixed that bug, but yeah, it's all good. Like after most attacks, wait. You know, medium, try to throw a can, you get punished. The can comes out, but you get punished. You could just jump over it. He recover in time, jump over the can, or parry it if he wants to gain a V trigger. But yeah, you have to do EX, I think. Yeah. EX, but at that point there's no point either. You're getting pushed back so far by the EX fireball. He has more than enough time to parry the can, or just like hop over or something, or just do a light tatsu, gain some meter or something. I can't like do anything. Oh no, I can't technically if he does that. No. But if you try to tatsu over, whatever, I could just, do that. Right. If I see him tatsu over, I could just come back and punish him. But yeah, that's just more of the basic like stuff though, that you just gotta be aware of when you knock Ryu down, when you're trying to set up stuff. I do think V trigger 2 is pretty good against Ryu, just because like, you know, you can catch Ryu like trying to like walk forward and walk you down. I feel like that happens a lot. He does have a parry, but you gotta remember he has grabs as well. He has long distance grabs, so if you're constantly parrying, I can just catch you with that pretty easily. Not that easily, but if I notice that someone's just parrying after like in a neutral, I just quickly just grab them out of it. They have to jump, mash jump or whatever after parrying. Or you just sit there and wait for Ryu, just keep parrying, and then just like bait a Ryu. Like Dawson baits you when you're trying to whiff punish his normals. You just sit there a little longer and then throw a heavy punch, you know what I mean? Because it has recovery, the parry. You know, you see them parried, and then after you press heavy punch, you get that counter hit damage. But yeah, I hope I went through most of the stuff. Hope this helps. Slide is good, but you have to space it out against Ryu. And his fireballs come out really fast, so it's not going to be the best option to react with. Like I said, Bullhorn's the best option. And even then, you have to be at a good distance to get more time to react. You don't have to. If you know he's going to do it, you can make a read and punish with it. But that's the thing. A lot of this is reaction based. And a Ryu can easily just bait you and walk you down and wait for you to get impatient and, you know, anti you and all that. But yeah. Don't really have tech against Ryu in a sense. Not that I can remember of or anything like that. It's not really much I can think about. He has a good sweep against you. But yeah, hopefully I went through most stuff. Yes, he's just a solid character. He's a solid character, you know. Good jump in, stuff like that. You know, he can change up his air mobility, but it's negative, obviously, or punishable. But yeah, hopefully I went through as much, like, hopefully it was good. I know I just played against a Ryu earlier. I mean, I can kind of go through it, but I don't know if I want to go through the replay. But I guess I'll let you guys decide, maybe. You know, let me know. Do you want me to go through that Ryu replay that I had earlier against, I think it was a Blind Samurai? Because I don't know. I could go over it, I guess. But just let me know. Yeah, hopefully I went through as much as I could to give you a better understanding of like what's going on. You know, forward heavy punch, stuff like that. You can space it out. If he's too close, I get a, you know, you can't do it too close because obviously being up close against Birdie is scary. It's like one of the better characters of the roster up close. Like crammed in front of you, he's probably like top 5, along with other characters like Rashid and stuff. But yeah. Besides, just let me know. Just let me know what if this is good for you guys. You know, if you guys, you know, think this was good and got good information out of this, just let me know. If I forgot anything, let me know too. Any tech you guys know in this matchup, anything, tell me. I'm always just trying to help out and also receive as well. So yeah. With that, I am out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys later. Peace.